Today in Doral, Florida, elected officials met with Venezuelan community leaders at an event billed as a celebration of a new day of freedom for Venezuela, with possible implications for U.S. national security. NTD's Chris Bobb brings us the story.
I'm in Doral, Florida, where the population is 40% ethnically Venezuelan. At the restaurant behind me, a press conference was held earlier today with Senator Rick Scott of Florida, as well as Senator Ashley Moody and other representatives from the GOP. They joined Venezuelan community members for what was called a celebration after the arrest of Nicolás Maduro. Senator Scott told those in attendance that their continued advocacy kept the issue in the public eye and said that the administration's action happened because the Venezuelan community in South Florida continued to raise awareness about conditions inside Venezuela.
Some people say, oh, is this good for America? Think about why it's going to be good for America. We're going to have a new trading partner. People we know, our friends and our family, are going to be able to live their dream in Venezuela. We're going to have lower oil and gas prices.
Senator Ashley Moody sharply criticized Venezuela's longtime leadership, calling the Maduro regime criminal and illegitimate.
Far too long, the Venezuelan people have lived under a dictator who is a criminal, a drug trafficker, who went through position after position in Venezuela and used those positions for his own profit, for his cronies, and he hijacked that government. He was never the legitimate leader. He is not the rightful president.
For many in attendance, the issue is deeply personal.
I left Venezuela around 7 years ago because I suffered political persecution. I have a really good friend who was put in prison by the Maduro regime. In the middle of the night, they broke into his house. And when that happened, well, I needed to escape and disappear because I knew for a fact that they were after me as well.
Several speakers who fled Venezuela described their experiences living under socialism and said they support all actions targeting the Maduro regime.
When you're really poor, you needed to go to a supermarket, get into a big line just to get a piece of bread. You really don't have time anymore to think about important things in life. They take away your individuality. And I think that's how they control you. If you need a medicine or something, in order for them to give you that, you need to affiliate yourself with the ruling party.
Speakers also said they support stronger action against the Venezuelan regime and view the situation as a national security issue.
At the end of the day, what he says is true. A lot of drugs are being produced and exported from Venezuela to the U.S. and elsewhere. A lot of criminals are being sent from Venezuela across the globe. And I think that situation presents a national security risk.
Where we've allowed the Russians, the Chinese, we've allowed Hamas, Palestinian organizations, Iran to come into our hemisphere because our presidents were weak. And China took control, China took advantage. It's like everything.
Some said their opposition to socialism is rooted in protecting the next generation.
When you allow socialism and communism to come into your country, it destroys. I have a 5-year-old daughter. And I fight every single day to make sure that we don't turn into Cuba, Venezuela, or Colombia.
In Doral, Florida, Chris Bobb, NTD News.